Hello guys, it's Becca, and it is time for Rocking with Becca. So if you're new to my channel, I do this video, excuse my yawning, I do this video every Saturday that I call Rocking with Becca. It's where I sit in my rocking chair, rocking a baby, and we just chat. And I gotta get the camera just right. Gotta get the camera just right. So what I do on Rocking with Becca is I yawn every few words. I share with you the baby of the day. I share with you a shout out for a person that has under 1,000 subscribers. I do a theme. It's not my theme. I participate in a theme called Small Dolls and Stuffies Saturday. And that is hosted by Alicia over at Binky's and Blanky's Nursery. And then we talk on a topic, some topic that we talk about. Either a question someone's asked me, or just a doll hobby topic, or just something we just chat about. It's kind of, I don't call it coffee chat, but it's kind of like a coffee chat. Because I always have my cup of coffee. And it says, Mama needs coffee. Yes, she does. I pause occasionally throughout the video, taking sips of my coffee. And Rocking Rebecca is usually a lengthy video, anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour. Most of the time, closer to the hour. So it is a good time for you to just take a break from whatever you're doing. Get you something, a beverage to drink, and sit back and relax and enjoy Rocking with Becca. If you have a rocking chair, get in it and hold one of your babies and rock them while I'm rocking, and you can rock with Becca. So, that's what it's all about. Guys, I'm exhausted. I'm still pretty exhausted. And I have a problem with yawning. I've talked with my doctor about it. One of my doctors says that some of my medications could cause that. So I just have obsessive yawning some days. Every 2 or 3 words, I have to yawn. And naturally, talking about it will make me yawn. You know, yawning is contagious. So, anyway, we're going to go on into our little program, little whatever you want to call it. We're going to get on down the road. We're going to get on down the road with Rockin' with Becca. So, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I have started a little series with my babies where I am usually I switch out my babies every day. Have a new, I rotate them. Yes, I rotate them in order by alphabetical order, and I go through all of it, and then I go back around and I just rotate them. That way I have equal amount of time with each baby. Well, a lot of times having them just one day, if I have a busy day one day when it, then that baby doesn't really get any attention because I was busy doing other things that had to be done and didn't get to spend time with my baby. And then it'd come time to put it back up to rotate, and get the next one. And I feel like, well, all I did was took it off the shelf and laid it down here, and that's where it's been. So I've decided, I tried one time before calling it, having one baby for a week, and I called it the baby of the week. And I kept it for 7 consecutive days. Well, that was a little long before changing it out. I didn't do that, but probably a couple of months, and decided that was just too long for one baby before switching it out. So I went back to my one baby a day and switching them out every day. So recently I got to thinking about it, and I said, well, why don't I try doing 3 days? And I tried to think, like we say baby of the day when it's for one day. And I was saying baby of the week when it was for a whole week. And so I tried to think of a name I could name for 3 days, so I could say, this is my baby of the, or baby for, or whatever, and have a name for the 3 days. And the only thing I come up with that sounded any good at all to me was baby of Trace. Tress, or Chidis, however you want to pronounce it. 3 in the pronounced or spoken in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres. So that's all I could think of. So my babies are now baby of the Tres. If you can think of a better name for the 3 days, I still have a lot of babies to go through. If you come up with a name I like better than baby of the Tres, let me know. Because we're only 2 babies in this series. I had Amber for 3 days. And now today starts the next baby in line. And I will have her for 3 days. So this is a new little series, so it won't hurt to change the name. If you can come up with a name better than baby of the Tres, or Tres, however you pronounce it, let me know. I'll be glad to change it, because I really don't like that, but I couldn't think of nothing else. I didn't want to call it triple because I did one Sunday so far, and I missed last Sunday. But ever so often on Sunday, I want to do what I call Triple Sunday. And I have 3 of my dolls that I'm going to dress alike or coordinating with each other. And I want to do that. I've purchased a few outfits for them. And so I want to do that occasionally and change them to be dressed alike or coordinating with each other. So I have that I do, so I don't want to use the word triple. So if you can come up with a good name for the baby of 3 days that's better than baby of the Trace, let me know. Let me know, and I'll be glad to change it. So I'm going to tell you who my baby of the Tres is. She is one of my Behringer babies. Her name is Angel Marie, and she's my baby for the next 3 days. And I also have color collabs for every day of the week but Wednesday. The only reason I don't have one for Wednesday is because Shara already had the color collab on Wednesday. We wear pink. So I did not make a color for Wednesday. I just do Shara's collab on Wednesday if I do a color collab. But for every other day of the week, I created, with the help of Jonda, my friend, baby of mine nursery, with the help of her. She's the one that actually come up with the name for Sunday's theme. But I have a color theme for every day of the week but Wednesday. So we'll start on Thursday. Thursday is Green-tastic Thursday. Friday is Are You Ready Friday, and that is spelled R-E-D-Y, the R-E-D for the color red. So on Thursday, you dress your babies in any color of green, any shade of green. On Friday, you dress your babies in red. Saturday is Purplicious Saturday. Now, the whole outfit doesn't have to be that color, but it needs to have that color in it. So, little Angel is dressed for Purplicious Saturday. She has on this pretty little dress. It's a floral dress. It has blue and purple and orange and yellow in it. It has green trim. She could have wore this for Green-tastic Thursday, but she's wearing it for Purplicious Saturday because it also has purple in it, and I gave her the accent headband of purple to help bring out the purple in her dress. And it comes with the little diaper cover. I purchased this from a shop on Etsy. I cannot remember which shop it was. I've had it a while. She does have her little lace socks on and her little bracelet that has her name on it. So this is my little Angel Marie. She is the baby of the tress, and she is dressed for Purplicious Saturday. So she's my baby I'm going to be rocking today. And I love sitting here rocking my babies. So that is our baby of the day, or baby of the tress. Now our shout out today, I am shouting out a channel of a lovely lady that I have known for quite a while. She has blessed me many times with Happy Mail of clothing items and things. Her channel name is Little Meatballs Nursery. I will have her link in the title of this video. Her name is Sandra, and she's a sweet friend of quite a few little years here. We've been friends, and she has 826 subscribers. So what I do is I like to shout out the channels that is under 1,000 subscribers and try to help boost their channel, try to help get them some more subscribers, some more friends to talk with, some more Dolly community to communicate with. That's what I like about it. Not the number of subscribers, but the fact that you have more friends. The more subscribers you have, the more friends you have. So, if you are not familiar with Sandra, Little Meatballs Nursery, if you've never heard of her, click on her link that's in the title of this video. Go over and check out her videos and see if she would be someone you would be interested in watching. If she is, and you're not subscribed to her, please hit that subscribe button and become a part of her little dolly community. It's always fun to have more friends. So that is our shout out for today. And I also do, like I said, I've started participating in the Small Dolls and Stuffy Saturday. I incorporated it in my Rocking with Becca because most of the time that's the only video I do on Saturday. Sometimes I do others, but most of the time I only do the Rocking with Becca video on Saturday. So I wanted to participate in Small Dolls and Stuffies because it gives me the opportunity to share dolls that are not lifelike baby dolls. You know, on an everyday basis, I share my reborns or manufacturer dolls or whatever, you know, Paradise Galleries, Ashton Drake, Amazon, wherever I get them manufactured dolls that are like human-like, you know, lifelike babies or toddlers or whatever, you know. That's my everyday babies that I show every day. But I have other dolls that never get shown. Like I have American Girl. I have one Blythe doll. I have a couple of Rainbow High. I have some Barbie dolls. I have Cabbage Patch. You know, these other type dolls that doesn't get shown. Well, since I've been participating in Small Dolls and Stuffy Saturday, it gives me the opportunity to share some of these smaller dolls or stuffies. I have Build-A-Bear stuffies. I have just regular stuffies hubby's bought me from Walmart, you know, different places like that, that I never get to share. Now, the small dolls is usually dolls under 18 inches tall. Now, she said the stuffies can be any size. They can be little bitty stuffies or they can be huge stuffies. There's no size limit on the stuffies. So, you know, it gives me an opportunity to share those things that I don't normally show in my reborn, everyday reborn type videos. So, I do have a new stuffy, if you want to call it that I actually received in the mail yesterday. And I wanted to take this opportunity to share it with you. Let me take another sip of coffee. And I'm just going to lay Angel down right here in my lap and hang on to her. I want to show you this stuffy is handmade by an individual. It is not manufactured. It is one of a kind. All of her creations are one of a kind. This stuffy is a little dog. It's a little teacup dog. And it was one of a kind, and it was created in 2021. It is Best in Show is the name of the category. It is the Teacup Group, and this little dog's name is Sheba. And this is a Jan Shackelford. My mouth don't want to move all them ways to say this name. Shackelford is the creator. She makes all kind of dolls and animals. And she calls them Janimals because her name is Jan. And so she calls them Janimals, the animal ones. And so this little dog, I purchased this from eBay. I did not purchase this directly from the artist. I'm going to have to be honest with you. You know, the price that she has to get for her creations, and I understand her having to get that price. You know, she puts in a lot of work. It takes a lot of her time and her creativity and her ability to, because she makes, oh my goodness, she probably couldn't count the amount of dolls or Janimals that she has made. She, ever so often on Facebook, she has Facebook Live where she has created, oh, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 dolls, and she puts them up for sale. She does a Facebook Live, you know, introducing the dolls, telling you about it, and telling you the price of it, and you can comment to purchase that doll. And I already have 3 dolls that's not animals. That's like, of course, they don't look lifelike. She does it kind of, her artistry is kind of whimsical. Kind of, you know, it's not, it's her own creation, and it is unique. So they don't look like babies, you know, although they, I don't know how to explain it. They're just whimsical. And you have to like that kind of creation to, you know, really appreciate it and want to purchase it. But I have 3 babies, I have 2 childlike dolls from her, and 1 baby that's in the crawling position. I've only purchased 1 of them directly through her, and I mean, I knew what I was paying for it before I spoke out for it, but just being on the spur of the moment, seeing it, thinking it was cute, wanting it, I spoke out for it. Then, you know, I was the first to get my, you know, my, not bid, but I was the first one that spoke out for it. So I got it. And it was a little pricey, a lot pricey for me. So I said from now on I would not purchase directly from her. I don't mean any harm. I don't have that kind of money. I just can't do it. You know, if you do, then that's great. But from now on, she has 2 Facebook groups. One is where she personally sells her dolls, when she has her, makes up a bunch in a certain series, and she puts them up and does the live and sells them. And then she has another Facebook group where fans, people that have bought from her, you know, they can go on, you know, be a part of that group and sell their Jan dolls, and or purchase from other people. So I said from now on I would get mine secondhand. So I got this one that I'm fixing to share with you. I got it off of eBay. So it is a teacup series. It's in the teacup series. So it's a little bitty dog. And again, like I said, her characters are whimsical. They're not really lifelike. They're more whimsical. And I got this one because it's a Boston Terrier. This one's name is Sheba. I guess this is the Boston Terrier. On the back of all of her creations, she always signs it. And so this one has Sheba's name on it and Jane Shackelford's name on it. I can't hold it with my arthritic fingers. And it also has the year 2021 on it. And I thought it was so cute. I couldn't pass it up. I did, like I said, I purchased it from eBay, from an individual on eBay. So I didn't pay the full price for it. I don't even know what the full price was for it. It's really cute. But you might say, well, what is in that one that it would be so hard to make? Well, there's a lot of thought in a creation. You know, coming up with a creation, especially putting it in a certain category, certain theme. You got to be creative to constantly come up with different animals and different babies, and it's just a lot of creation, plus the time spent in cutting out the material, sewing it together, stuffing it, painting the faces on, because she paints the faces on. She don't, you know, it's a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of this that I don't have. So, you know, it's understandable the price for what the time and effort it takes to make something. And then the more popular things get, naturally the price goes up. It's just, that's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. So, that's my little Sheba that I have added to my, I don't know if you heard that. That was gunshots. I don't know where it's coming from. I've been hearing popping all morning, but the earlier popping sounded more like fireworks, and that may have been fireworks. It just may have been a whole bunch going off. That one there sounded more like firearms. And I don't like that. I don't like that. But anyway, I've added a little Sheba to my Jan Shackelford. It's hard to say her name for me. Collection. And I've actually put a bid in for another doll, not a Janimal, but a doll on eBay from Jan Shackelford. And the auction is supposed to end today. The last time I looked, I was still the highest bidder. So I may have another one coming if no one else bids before the end of the auction. So that would be exciting to have another one coming, and at a price I can afford. I also have a couple of Cabbage Patch dolls coming that I'll be sharing with you on Small Dolls and Stuffy Saturday. And yeah, I'm kind of adding to my collection in the less expensive type dolls. So in the smaller dolls, so that gives me something to look forward to without just being overwhelmed with my dolls here in the nursery. So anyway, that is that for Small Dolls and Stuffy Saturday. And like I said, that is hosted by Leisha over at Binkies and Blankies Nursery. I will have Leisha's link in the description of this video, so be sure to go check it out. Go click on her link and go see what she's doing. See if she's put up a video today for Small Dolls and Stuffy. She doesn't get one up every Saturday. She has health issues that she has chronic fatigue. So, you know, there's some days she's not able to get up a video, but go check her out, watch her previous videos, or see if she's put up one for today. So anyway, that is that. So I guess we will get on into our topic for today. Now the topic we're going to talk about today wasn't something someone asked me to talk about. It was actually some reborn questions I looked up on Google. Yes, I Googled it. So I found these on Google. So I'm going to take one question a day until we get through all of those questions. I mean, one question a Saturday. A Rockin' with Becca day. Until we get through all the questions. I tried to keep something that I can talk about. I do have a couple of questions that someone asked me. I'm going to get to it. It's in line of the questions. And I tried to remember to shout out who asked the question or who wanted me to talk on the topic. One of her questions, I wasn't sure what she meant by it. The second question, we can talk on that. I need to get back with her and find out exactly what she meant by that one question she left, or one topic that she left for us to talk about. But if you have any topics you would like for me to talk about, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any questions for me, doll hobby questions, crafting questions, anything about me and my life, what colors I like, anything like that that you would like to know, leave it in the comments, and I will address it one Saturday. And if it's just small questions like what color do you like or stuff like that, and I have 2 or 3 of those type, I'll put all of those in one video. If it's something that it's a longer topic, then I will address one of those questions or topics, in a video, in a Rockin' Rebecca video. And that gives me fresh ideas. It gives me something to talk on. And helps me to be able to keep going with Rockin' Rebecca. I don't want it to be boring. I want it to be something interesting that you would like to hear and talk about. So yeah, if you have anything you want to ask me or any topics you want us to discuss, let me know in the comments below. And I will write them down in the order that I see them, and we will go down the line addressing each one. So the question for today is, how do you choose which dolls to add to your collection? And like I said, I looked up what are some questions to ask reborn collectors. And it brought up several questions. And this was one of them. How do you choose which doll to add to your collection? Okay, for me, the very first thing that I look for is the price, because when you're on a limited budget, it has to be in your price range. If I have other dolls paid off. You know, there is pay plans you can go through. There's PayPal credit. There's Affirm. There's Pay After. There's different things you can go through to pay on a payment plan. Some companies, like Ashton Drake, has their own payment plan. You know, so if it's a more expensive doll and I don't already have my payment plans overloaded, then I will put one on a payment plan. But the price is the first thing I look for. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I have to, the very first thing would have to be that when I just first looked at the doll, I thought it was cute. Okay? Then I would look at the price. Then my next thing that I would look for, after I got several in that category, that range, I don't particularly, although I have quite a few bald-headed dolls, I really don't care for bald-headed dolls. So now that I have quite a few reborns in my collection, I mainly look for dolls that have hair. It can be painted hair or rooted hair. But I want it to have some type of hair. And I'm trying to, the babies I have now, I'm trying to learn how to pencil on hair. And I've already gave Amber some hair. So if you haven't seen my past 3 days where Amber was the baby of the trace, go watch that and see her hair. I penciled it in with just a Prims, whatever you call it, Primson, whatever that brand of colored pencil is, just a crafting color pencil. And I penciled it in, and then I added the matte finish on that, hoping that that will keep it from rubbing off. And so now I'm in the process, as each baby, it's their turn. As I get to each one, if it's a bald-headed baby, I'm going to try to give it a little bit of hair, penciled in hair. So I'm going to be doing that. That is, you know, so now that I have a collection already, know what I like, what I don't like, then the first thing I look at is, does it have hair? Then my next thing that I look at is, what is the expression on its face? You see, I have a lot of babies, so I have a lot of babies that just has just a plain, you know, expression, just a baby's face, you know, just a plain. Of course, she has a little bit of an expression with her mouth open, but you know, just a plain baby. I have quite a few of those, so now I like to find babies that has unique expressions, like a big smile or a puckered frown, or, you know, just some different type expressions. So that's what I look at next. So I guess that's the 3 main things that I look at when I'm choosing a baby now. Is the first thing, well, I guess it might be 4. The first thing is, when at first glanced at, I think it was really cute. Then the price. Then, does it have hair? And then the expression on its face. So that's the 4 things I look at when purchasing a new baby. So what draws you? How did it word it? how do you choose a new doll to add to your collection? Do you go by whether it's has hair? Do you like only rooted hair? Do you like only painted hair? Do you like only cuddle babies? Do you like a certain size baby? Maybe you like only newborn size, or maybe you like more the toddler size. What is it? What do you do to, how do you choose a baby to add to your collection? I'd love to hear it in the comments. Or if you do videos, I'd love for you to do a video and address the question, and I'll try to remember to put it in the description. How do you choose which dolls to add to your collection? Address that question in your video and tag me in it. I'd love to watch your videos and find out how you choose your dolls, how you choose what to add to your collection. Are you which I'm quite a bit this way too, but are you a impulse? Is that it? Impulse? No, that's not the word. Yeah, I guess it is impulse buyer. Is that the right? I'm not sure that's the right word. Where you just on the spur of the moment when you see something, you just, I think it's called impulse buys. In the stores, when you go to the stores, at the cash register, the items they have there at the cash register, they do that for impulse buys. I think that's the right word. I may be wrong. But they put it there, you standing in line, you see it, and so on impulse, you just grab it. Wasn't really something you went to the store for. Wasn't something you really wanted or needed. But you were standing there and you seen it, so it was an impulse buy. Are you that type of buyer for your the babies you add to your collection? Just tell me what, how you choose your babies, or if you're just a plain impulse buyer. I'd love to know. I have bought quite a few on impulse and regretted it later. I have. And I have kind of, moved them out of the nursery, and now the ones I have is ones I want to keep in my collection. So, and guys, the hard thing with collectors, I wished I had a big old attic or basement, huge, that I could use for a doll room. And, because there's always a new sculpt coming out. And if it has a unique expression, I want it, especially Paradise Galleries. I don't know what's going on with Paradise Galleries. I'm getting a little concerned. There's some dolls that have sold out that I wanted, and I have clicked the button for them to notify me when they get more in stock. One of them is the Elena toddler child doll. Every time they get some, it sells out before I'm able to get it. And I'm really getting concerned because they've been having some unreal sales. I mean, prices so low that it's almost unreal. And so I'm worrying. I hope they're not, and I don't want to say it and get that thought going, but I'm just concerned. I would love to see another doll come in. I'd love to see some of these that we've asked for notifications. I'd love to see them come back in stock. I love Paradise Galleries. And I want them to continue making new dolls. They have some that has such unique expressions, and I love Paradise Galleries. So there's always, you know, fresh faces out there that you want to add to your collection. And, you know, I only have so much room, so I have to kind of keep my collection where I can, because I get to smothering when there's so much in here, which right now is pretty packed. And to add more to it, I'm going to have to store some away. Because I just can't handle it too packed. I get to smothering in here. And so I'm going to have to start being very, very choosy on which dolls I buy. It's going to have to be a really beautiful, unique doll for me to buy them, because of the room. I'm running out of space. I am going to order me a storage bin thing that Lori at Reborn Huggles told me about, and she gave me the link to it. I'm going to order one of those, and I'm going to put some of my babies, wrap them up good and safe, and put them in there to keep them safe and to give me more space. I've got to do that because I'm running out of space, and I'll just have to, you know, every so often swap them out and put others in there and take them out, you know, and I've got to, because I'm running out of space. But the Paradise Galleries dolls, oh my goodness, they are so pretty to me, and they're all so unique. Now, Ashton Drake, most of their babies look alike. Most. You can pretty much look at an Ashton Drake and know that's an Ashton Drake doll. It just, they all look alike. And they might have a little different expressions on their face, but you can tell it's an Ashton Drake doll. And Paradise Galleries is not like that. Each doll is unique. It has its own little unique character. And I love them. And, you know, I want to keep my nursery where I can add another one if they make one that's just really unique and pretty. That I might want to add to the collection. It's hard, guys. When you're a collector, it's hard. Because you have to consider a lot of things. Not only do you consider the things concerning the collection, like the price, what style, and all these things I've already mentioned, you've got to consider your space, where you have to put them. Do you have a place to put them? You know, and when you get so many, you run out of space, and you can't just keep adding if you don't have nowhere to put them. And I can't stand them just stacked and stacked on top of each other. They need to have their own little space. And I don't know. I've thought about just using my baby bed over here and just, you know, start setting them in the baby bed. But then I wouldn't have a place to lay the baby during the day. So I thought about using the bassinet in my bedroom and start like my Cabbage Patch, setting them up in there and just filling the bassinet with the Cabbage Patch. Then I wouldn't have nowhere to put the baby at night. Because whatever baby that I have for the day, or for the trace now, I put them in the bassinet at night in my room. They're in there with me. During the day, when it's their nap time and I need to lay them down, I put them in the baby bed here in the nursery. And that's what I wanted I wanted my nursery to be like a real nursery, you know, like you would have for a real baby. I wanted all the functional things, like the baby bed, the changing table. Now I don't have a changing table, but the reason for that is I did have a portion of the dresser set up as a changing table, but it got to where it was hard for me to stand to do the video, so now I do it sitting in my chair, have the baby on the boppy on the foot of the bed. But I do that because of my body not being able to stand there long enough to do a video. I would get to hurting, my back would get to hurting so bad I couldn't hardly even talk straight, you know, doing it standing there at the changing table. So I did want like a functional, real live, you know, like a live baby nursery. And so I don't want to fill my baby bed up with dolls. I do have a few things in there, but I have space to lay the baby. And I just have a mini crib. I don't have the full size baby bed. I have a mini crib. So I can't get as many dolls in there, you know, sitting around the perimeter as I would if I had a big baby bed. But I don't have the space for the big baby bed. So my space is limited. So I'm going to have to start being very picky in choosing, you know, a new doll to bring into the collection. So I guess that pretty much does the question for Rockin' with Becca today. How long have we been? Almost 52 minutes. It just turned 52 minutes. So, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I hope I haven't been bored. I hope I haven't been boring to you. I hope you've enjoyed it and it was an interesting topic, and I would love to, either in the comments below or through a video, know how you choose a doll to add to your collection. What do you look for when you're choosing another doll to add to your collection? So I'm going to get off of here, guys, and try to get this video uploaded. I hope you all are having a enjoyable, relaxing weekend. Hope you get all rested up and ready to start a new week come Monday morning. And, yeah, if you have a good name for the 3 days that I have for each baby, I really am not satisfied with the name Baby of the Tress. So if you can come up with a name other than Triple, let me know, and I will consider changing the name. I really would like to change the name because I'm not really satisfied with that, but I couldn't come up with nothing else. I have racked my brain for, you know, a little title to it, you know. But anyway, I guess I could just keep saying Baby of the Day instead of saying Baby of the Tress, because she is the baby of the day, even though she'll be with me 3 consecutive days. But I would like to have something specific for the 3 days. If not, oh well. I may just start saying Baby of the Day. But anyway, you know, I try to find a theme title for whatever I'm doing. And couldn't come up with one any better than what I come up with. And I'm not happy with it. So anyway, I'm going to let you all go. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.